now breaking. It's selling off a little bit. I think it's we put that chart up for RBL. It's broken through that trend line, but it's it's an intraday thing by a couple of bucks, but it's down 1.7, 1.8%. Is there more to go? I mean, if you go back and look at the previous three instances when RBL got to this trend line I was talking about, you saw meaningful, 20 to, in some cases, 50% rallies from this trend line. So we'll see if history repeats, or this time it's a failure and it kind of breaks through it on the downside. A few other names which we didn't highlight earlier. Birla Soft is up 2.6, so joins the IT services stocks which are doing very well. Nykaa, we were talking about this with Deepan earlier. Nykaa is up 2.5% after selling off quite a bit, 127. Zensar, of course, I already mentioned. There is Nureka, which is up 2.33% at about 467. It's done 30% in the last 2 days, and it's adding on gains. I don't know if there is any concentrated fund buying. It could be. Volumes yesterday were pretty large. Usually does not trade that much, but last 2 days has been very different. PTC is up about 2.25%. Stocks at about 115 or so. And Happiest Minds, there is slowly but surely more IT stocks, mid-cap, small IT stocks, etc., coming into the mix, which was not the case when we began. The Nifty is also looking a little better. It's up 60 points now. It was up about 40 earlier in trade. Gland Pharma, of course, is down 2% at about 1347 or so on Gland. It's what a complete sort of disaster the stock has seen. We just, a fourth week of this year, the stock's already lost about 15%. Ekta is standing by, joining in right now to tell us more on what's happening with Gland. Ekta, over to you.
Thanks for that. Well, yes, I did mention in my top 10 link that it is a difficult stock to predict, despite the fact that many of the brokerages have been quite positive about the company's earnings going forward. Now, in terms of the overall performance this time, it did miss street estimates, both on the revenue and the profit front. It was the third consecutive quarter of a revenue and a profit decline by the company. The company says that it is a challenging business environment. They have continued to face supply chain challenges, which continue to impact business. So the revenue was down 12%. The street was anticipating a flat performance. Core markets, which is 70% of their sales, was down 11% year-on-year. India was down around 30% on a year-on-year basis. Profit was down 15%. Street was anticipating around a 3% decline. Positives this quarter was the margin improvement. Margins came in line with estimates at 30.9% versus 28% Q-on-Q. So there was an improvement there. The company has said that they are going to take steps to generate stakeholder value. It is net cash to the tune of over 3,800 odd crores. So that's definitely a positive. Remember, the stock is already corrected over 60% from its 52-week high. It's trading at around 21.8 times. So a lot of the bad news is probably already factored in.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ekta, for that. So Gland Pharma is actually recovering a tad bit from the lows, so keep an eye out on that. But the other pocket that's done very well last year is PSU banks, and Canara Bank posted a very good set of Q3 earnings. It's been 3 quarters in a row that corporate loan growth has been very strong.